Hello and welcome to Coaster Curt's commentary. I am Coaster Curt and this is my 2025 roller coaster rating series, where I rate all 103 roller coasters that I rode in 2025. I used a unique 10 metric system to rate roller coasters, and I explain everything about it in my coaster ratings explanation video that I will link down in the description. Up first in this series is the incredible collection of roller coasters at the roller coaster capital of the world, Cedar Point.
Next is Top Thrill 2. I loved Top Thrill 2. I got 5 rides on it in the 3 days that I was there. It's a great ride. I love it. I could lap it all day. Let's talk about intensity. It gets a 9. The launches are crazy. The top hat is crazy. The twist coming down the top hat is crazy. But other than that, it lacks a few elements. It doesn't have very many elements. It's just the nature of that style of roller coaster. So it doesn't get a perfect 10. Sorry, it gets a 9 for intensity. Pacing, this is a tough one because it doesn't fly through very many elements, but it definitely keeps you like entertained and paying attention the entire time. I'm gonna give it a 9 for pacing. Operations, very efficiently getting people on this ride. Very efficiently getting people off of this ride. They have a different location to get off than you get on, which I normally don't like, but it's almost perfectly necessary for this ride. I think I'm going to give them a 10 for operations. You walk up to the station, they assign you a seat, you get in your seat, and you move on, and it is very quick. And they can load and unload all while a train is on the track. The way that it like switches, it has a switch track in there to make that happen. It operates really well. It does have some downtime, but I didn't really experience it that much. My experience for the 3 days that I was there, I give it a 10 for operations. Smoothness, it's a very smooth track. They just like redid it in 2024, I think. It wasn't glassy smooth, so I'm going to give it like a 9 for smoothness. Layout, for a roller coaster that goes that fast, 120 miles an hour, and to break the height record, like, there's not much that you can do with the layout. So it is a little bit lackluster, but you don't see a 420-foot top hat anywhere else. I think I'm gonna... Gosh. I feel like it just needs one more element to be a perfect 10. 1 or 2 more different elements to get a perfect 10. So I'm going to give it a 9 for layout. Sense of speed. I have opinions. It's okay. It's going to get a 10. It's going to get a 10 for sense of speed. Obviously, it goes 120 miles an hour. But the best sense of speed that you can get on this ride is sitting in the front row. And it's pretty difficult to get that front row. Like sometimes if you ask for it, they'll give it to you. Sometimes if you ask for it, they'll be like, no, just take whatever row we give you. I didn't ask for it a single ride out of the 5. And finally on my 5th ride, she said, go to the front row. I said, wait, what? The front row? She said, yeah. I was like, yes! So, I did get a front row ride on Top Thrill 2. I also got a back row ride. It gets a 10 for sense of speed, but I really want to give it a 9.9 because you don't get that full sense of speed unless you're sitting in the front row. Restraints. I like these restraints. They're a little bit cumbersome, and they kind of have like an arm bar that comes off to the side where they lower down. They're not the worst. They're almost like the T-bars on the B&M Gigas and Hypers, but they're just bigger, and they contact you in more places around your thighs. I'm going to give them a 9 for their restraints. Yeah, that's about right. Theming. There's a lot of theming going on with this ride. That whole, like, section of the park is themed towards racing. It's CP racing. There's music, there's sound effects, especially when you're about to launch. And they give you like the countdown, the light tree I'm trying to think of what they could do better with theming. It's the queue line. I think the queue line could use better theming. If they did some kind of like video section in the queue line, like talking about racing or drag racing or Formula One or something like that, they could increase their theming. I think I'm going to have to give it a 9 for theming. Siren's Curse got a 10 for theming, and their queue line is very immersive. Airtime on this thing. Yeah, there's one spot of airtime. It's the craziest airtime in the world. It doesn't have, it's like maybe 2, maybe 3 seconds of airtime, but it's airtime at 420 feet in the air. It's a 10 for airtime. It's just the one little spot, but it's the best airtime I think I've ever experienced. Significance. Obviously, this gets a 10 for significance. It was the world's first Strata coaster. It is currently the tallest, fastest operating coaster in North America. It is a gigantic landmark in the middle of that park. It gets a 10 for significance. Absolutely.
Top Thrill 2 gets a 9.4 out of 10. With a perfect or near perfect score in every metric, it is absolutely one of the best roller coasters in the world. This incredible roller coaster really blew my mind. I remember every time I got off of it, my body was tingling with adrenaline. This roller coaster is definitely worth traveling for, it's worth waiting in a long queue line, and it's worth riding multiple times every time you visit Cedar Point. Be sure to subscribe to my channel to follow along in my roller coaster rating series. Thank you for watching Coaster Curt's commentary, and don't forget to enjoy the ride.